Hello, welcome to White Davy Gardening and Worm Farm. A few weeks ago I started this experiment with coconut coir versus dried leaves as bedding for the worms. So we're comparing them to see which the worms will prefer. And as you can see, we have growth in both bins. The worms were fed tiny chunks of purple Japanese yam, and as you can see, we've got purple Japanese yam growing in the coconut coir. Both worms were fed the same things. They were fed potatoes as well. I'm not sure what these plants are, but we've got two different type of plants growing in here. There is this strange looking plant, never seen before, and then there is this one that looks like a weed that tends to grow outside, which is not a surprise that it is growing in here. I even see what looks as if it is grass attempting to grow in here. Lord, we have grass germinating in the house. Okay, so first let's look at the leaves, the dried leaves, to see what's going on in here. So this is the side of the bin that was fed, and as you can see, there is still a piece of potato that they haven't eaten in yet, and quite a few of the worms are gathered in this region where the food scraps was. Now let's see if they have spread out into the bin. So there you have it, guys. They have spread out into the bin. We just took from this side and there were lots of worms there, and we took from this side, and as you can see, the worms are indeed spread out in here, which means that they're enjoying both the food scraps and the bedding. Now let's look at the coconut coir and see if the worms are spread out in there and if they have any food scraps remaining. So as you can see in the corner here, the worms are here. And in the middle, they still have quite a bit of the food scraps remaining, and a lot of them are gathered in that region where the food scraps is. And oh my gosh, and I see a cocoon in here. So we have a cocoon, but most of the worms, it seems as if this has more worms than the other one. And if you guys remember when we started the experiment, I started with the same amount of worms in both bins. So it could not be that the bin reproduced to that point yet, because it has been maybe about a month since we started the experiment. So there's no way that the worm population could have exploded that much. However, because these particles are finer than the shredded leaves, so it could be the case where we are better able to see the worms in here because there's no large particles for them to hide behind, whereas this one has lots of large particles for them to hide behind. So when you go through it, you actually see them, but they have good hiding places. So I came in here after I did that video where I show you where I was creating the shelving. I came in here 2 days later and I watered the bin, both bins, with BT water, and this bin seemed to be okay, but then I noticed that for this bin the worms were all over the cover and the sides of the bin. For the next 2 days they were just all over the bin. Put them back down in the bin, come back and check on them a few hours later, and they were up on the bin again. So I don't know what it is about the BT water that I added that made them decide to come up. If there's some reaction with the coconut coir, I don't know, but now they have settled in again, so that's good. They're quite fine now. These guys didn't react any differently when I had the BT water, which is normal for them because that's what they're used to anyway. But as you can see, both bins are doing well. The worms seem to be liking both types of bedding, and the fact that the worms are spread out in both beddings indicate that they are consuming the bedding as well. Oh, I see another cocoon in here. Let's see if I can give you a close-up right there. So I haven't seen any cocoons in this yet, but I know there must be cocoons in there. But so far we've seen 2 cocoons in the coconut coir bin. So this is exciting. I'll be giving you an update further down the road to see what's going on with these 2 bins. But for now we won't be able to draw any good conclusion just yet because we want to see more castings than bedding. And then based on what we're seeing, we will know which the worms prefer, if they prefer any. So anyway, thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed my video and you would like to see more updates on this experiment, then please take a moment to give me a thumbs up. You can leave a comment in the section below. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe and turn on your notification for more updates like these. Thank you so much for watching and have yourself a wonderful day. Yeah man, a time for grow.